I have some Metalmorph action for you today. Punk getting down on the dance floor and a lot of Orcust. You guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So this was the 7-2-2 finish out of the UK Nationals, piloting Metal Flame Swordsman and friends. Now, do you know how actually freaking cool that this is to see, coming around out here? Now, some other engines in here, okay, first of all, yeah, we are playing Fiendsmith in here. You can be upset about that all you want. I don't think that's necessarily all that big of a deal, but the Fiendsmith package is meant to help you out here and to help you, get to a steady line of monsters. And also, you are playing certain aspects of, the reliability that you get. Red Eye or Black Metal Dragon here just turns into Striker Dragon, goes into the Darkness Metal Dragon, and you're basically off to the races for getting to the pieces that you're going to want. Also, yes, we are playing the Horus stuff in here. I actually think the Horus package in here is one of the most important pieces to what this deck is trying to do here, because you want to be able to use the Horror stuff as, one, a discard outlet, but also a very solid way to get into the Zombie Vampire to further dig for additional pieces. Yeah, don't doubt how stupid good Mr. Zombie Vampire can be in a deck like this. This deck has no problem putting incredibly big dudes up on the field, and then your opponent has to find a way to deal with those problems. It's also, we have the 2 copies of the Red Eyes Metal Claws in here as well. Yes, the activating Metalmorph trap cards, the turn that they're set. There could never be anything wrong with, protecting yourself on your turn to make sure that things work out. Also, shout out to the Heavy Slump. I actually am curious to know how many times the dear old Heavy Slump actually came up. Because, letting your opponent play into the Charmies and you just Heavy Slump them is freaking hilarious. Ooh, now we have some Punk action for you. Now, I have been actually looking around for as much info as I can for the Monster Mayhem decks. And to the best of my abilities, I've not seen a lot of Punk decks. I've seen one Orcust deck where the Duelist wanted to keep it quiet for whatever reason. Getting 8th place out of a case tournament is nothing special, but, alas, whatever. And there's been a great number of Orcust innovations happening out here. But Punk, we saw out of the Kongs tournament that this deck looked like it had a particularly good early shine. Because one, Punk just is really good at tossing things up. All right. You got a draw 3 naturally built into the deck, which is pretty cool. You have the ability to search for Ghost Ogre in the deck, which, in my opinion, is kind of stupid in and itself. But, Italy just kind of turns the entire deck on for you. Now, you do see that this build is side decking the Dangerous Gabu instead of maining it. I don't necessarily hate this idea, honestly, because we're tiptoeing into a point in the meta where things like Imperm are not good. There's going to be too many forms of interruption, and you're going to see these particular cards fall out of the format, which, unfortunately, Dangerous Gabu is literally an impermanence-like card, and, well, it's not worth it. Now, in terms of, rule structured things in this, we're only going with 2 copies of Engraver. I think that's because, you want to round the deck out about 41. Going with 2 Engraver also ensures that you kind of got less bricks in the deck. There's just so many times that I can tell you, Engraver can just be a little bit of a pain in the butt for what he ends up coming up with. Also, side decking the Madam Spider in tandem with the Dangerous Gabu absolutely makes sense. Next up here, we have some more Mitsu Orcust for you. Now, I don't know what has gotten people so excited for the idea of this particular deck. Now, this list is completely different than one of the other lists that we very early on saw, because Mitsurugi with Orcust just ensures that you're able to just kind of unload and go full combo on your opponent. And also, let's call it what it is. Are there good answers? If this deck shows up and plays against you, and you go down, the full Orcust subline down here, and you're able to go kind of nuts, it's not very good. Also, the cool thing about these lists, incorporating versus the pure builds, you only need 1 Galtea Eye. That's it. It's one copy of this and one copy of the Ellen Grisu, and you're set. You don't have any real problems that it feels like that you're going to have to deal with. So that's kind of why I've been enjoying watching these combo hybrids kind of showing up, because this deck seems really, really good. Also, as long as you be very careful about when you get dark machine locked, it's where you're basically gonna go down like full Mitsu combo first and then kind of scout and then present the Orcust combo to your opponent. I think that's actually pretty important. Also, this is basically just a free conversion. I mean, you just use this to go to town, and basically your opponent's going to have to find answers for this, or they're just going to be in a really bad position. Thank you, Ame, for not locking us in any sort of madness. Because of that, we can see people just going absolutely crazy with these particular builds. Modern era Yu-Gi-Oh! Is definitely a creature for the things that it is able and allowed to see and do. Next up here, we actually have some pure Orcust with Fiendsmith for you. Now, most of the builds that I have been seeing popping around have been the Mitsu builds. I think that the Mitsurugi builds have just, they've taken off. And most people actively believe that that is the appropriate way to play the deck. And you know what? I don't hate that idea. But we got to wind it back out here, and we got to go with a little bit more of a, is it an original idea? Do we consider this that? Because, okay, so you go down for Orcust combo, bing, 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 you get to the Ungrisu, and then your sub-protection board is going to be like a Wave King Kaiser standing next to it, depending on, the level of extra protection you want, or are you going to roll Ungrisu plus Desiree? Because I'm not going to lie to you, that plus this is kind of scary, actually, especially if you got the counter trap card backing it up. I hate to tell you this, but I don't know how many decks are able to kind of break that board, because realistically, I don't think you can. I think that level of craziness is just going to be too much for people to really handle. So you also do see, we're going with triple Fua in the main. You got the two Meows down here and triple Perulia in the side deck. And you also do see that we are calling in Droplet as kind of a little bit of a board breaker card down here to kind of assist you at doing what you need to do. But outside of that, going with two tracked, triple copies of Engraver and one Lacrima. Yeah, the build is, or this particular engine is basically as splashable as you're going to need it to be. And once again, I mean, if you're looking at all of the coolness that these builds are trying to bring to the table, it looks pretty solid. Next up here, this is a 60 card. What in the dumpster pile are we cooking today? Well, first of all, I see Eldritch the Golden Turd. I see we've got Odeon cards in here. We've got the Sisters of Destruction, and good old Engravers take. I appreciate the fact that we've got people out here going, shove it in the deck, shove it in the 60. Let's go to town, let's mill as much as we can. And I mean, sure, man, a big 60 mil is really, really good, actually. You are able to do a lot of very cool things with that. Now, that being said, though, everybody, I don't think people are going to like the results that this is going to give you. Let's draw a couple hands here. Okay, well, first of all, we got the Temples, we got the Thrust, and we got the Draw. Holy crap, like, that's broken. All right. Hey, look. We got Vengeance. We've also got the Tract, and we have the no. Is this just full combo? Maybe I should play 60 card piles like this. We got the normal summon Larry, but we also got the Man with the Mark. That's really disappointing that we had to open the Larry there. Oh, we got both temples here. It's pretty good. We also got the Old Elixir up and running here. Maybe decks like this are a little bit spicy. Maybe there is an opportunity. I wish we had a side deck for this, but, just a pretty cool showcase of what these ideas can kind of bring to the table out here, and what surprises that you can kind of see as well. So what do you guys think about these cool decks? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here in day, guys. Patrons! Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.